Hello.
Hi.
Welcome, Eliza and Emma. This is amazing. Nice to see you both. So I'll just get going with the little intro thing. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our little roundup of day 3 of what has been proving to be a pretty phenomenal test match, if you don't ask me. And the dogs have decided that now is the time to start barking, which is really great. And it's the little one that barks because he's got small man syndrome. You'll learn about this when you grow older. There are certain men who have small man syndrome, and my little dog is one of them. Anyway, so yes, what an amazing day we've had at Test Cricket today. And so you've got me, Georgie, from Women's Cricket Chat. You've got my dog, who won't shut up. We've got Radha from She Talks Ball. And joining us today, if you two would like to introduce yourselves, that would be amazing, because these are our surprise guests for the day.
I'm Eliza.
And I'm Eliza's mum, Emma.
And Eliza, who is your favourite English cricketer?
Sophia Dunkley. Yeah.
Oh, and can we see this? Oh, look at that. Dunks, you've got the biggest fan. Just bend down a tiny bit so we can see the name on the top there. Oh, look at that. Your luscious hair's in the way. That always happens, you know. You just got too much of these luscious locks, like Sophie Eccleston, whose hair I didn't get off over today. I was like, give that girl a L'Oreal advert. So, Eliza, tell us what you thought about today's play.
I think it was really good.
Yeah, and
It's a shame it got rainy at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a shame about the rain, but what do you think of your favourite player's debut performance? It's been amazing, hasn't it?
Yeah, it really has.
Yeah. So what was your favourite part of today?
My favourite part of today was you actually asking me to be on this podcast.
You know what? That is my day made. We can turn it off now. Radha, we don't need to talk about cricket now. We're done.
Bye-bye.
We're done. I can cancel all my socials because that is just the nicest thing to hear. And we love having you on here. Have you been following?
You were quite a fan of some of the shots, though. Yeah, when Verma hit a nice shot, you went, whoa, that was good.
We love that.
I would have thought that your nicest part of the day would have been Sophia Dunkley's reply to you on Twitter. Did you see that video?
Yeah.
Oh, have you ever met her?
How did you feel when she said? Oh, we had a freeze. Oh, there we go.
Yeah. What was your feeling when you saw that reply?
I was really happy.
And you were mentioning Shefali Verma, of course. She's the Indian youngster. I'm from India, so I am an Indian supporter. And although the test match hasn't gone too great for us yet, what did you make of both teams? I think it's pretty competitive. And would you like to see more test cricket going forward?
Yeah, I definitely do, since they haven't played for the last 2 years.
And how did you feel when Dunks went and scored her half century?
I felt really, really proud of her.
Yeah, were you cheering?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so Eliza, how old are you?
9.
9. So you are actually a Shefali Verma difference in age to me. So in a Shefali Verma time frame, you will be the age I am. But isn't it amazing to see someone that is so young doing so well? Yeah, and yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? And
Yeah.
do you know about her story? You know, she actually cut her hair when she was younger so that she could play, so they think she was a boy. Is that right, Radha?
Yeah, it is. There is a little bit of a taboo when young girls want to take up sports. So she had an older brother and she told her dad that I'm going to get my hair cut and I'm going to be sent to the boys' academy with my brother. And of course, the dad was very supportive. He said, I'm going to put both my kids into sport and into cricket. And we have a great cricketing academy system here in India. Of course, that's why we are such a good team as we are. So it was a very sort of a struggle from where she came, but it's very good to see her on the biggest stage, biggest platform, and performing really well.
And so, Eliza, what are your hopes for tomorrow? Fingers crossed it doesn't rain.
I really hope that England do really well and hopefully win.
Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? And do you think Shafali is going to get another 50 in there?
Maybe.
Maybe. But which England bowler do you think would you like to get her out?
I'm not really sure.
No?
I think
Well,
Dunk should have a go.
Yeah, maybe Sophia.
Maybe get her in there, you know. I mean, Sophie Ecclestone was looking pretty good today, wasn't she?
Yeah, she
Yeah.
was really good.
She always looks. She's definitely the best
Perfection.
bowler in the women's game, if you ask me.
And you got confused because you thought it was Sophia, and then you went, "That's not, that's not Dunk." Yeah,
Oh,
so two Sophies.
oh yeah, that is confusing. Yeah, one of them should have to change it.
Yeah.
Make it easy for all of us. But that's why I'm actually a big advocate for the names on the backs of all shirts now, because you know you can see from afar, and I haven't got my glasses on, so I need all that. And you know, you obviously know Dunks' number because you've got it written on your back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you been rocking that all day, that shirt?
Since you got in from school.
Yeah, since I got in from school.
Yeah. And so
Where did you get it?
Sophia.
Who gave it to you?
What? Tell us. What is that story?
Why is Sophia giving you a shirt?
Because I'm one of her biggest fans
And how long have you known her?
since I was 4.
Wow.
Yeah.
So-
Tell them the story of how you
Yeah,
met
tell
her.
us. We want
So-
story time now. I'm all tuned in for this, so go get my popcorn.
So there was this Middlesex match, and she was sitting there watching. She had a broken finger, so she couldn't play. And I came to sit next to her, and we were waving Middlesex flags to support them, and we became friends ever since.
That is just the power of cricket, isn't it, Radha?
It is, and it's so nice to see that these women are so accessible to fans and so connected. I think that's a big positive in the women's game, especially. And immediately, when you have such a personal connect with one of your superheroes, you have that inspiration, and you can see them, and you can become them one day, and it's really powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had Eliza. Eliza plays cricket now, and it was her first match. And the under 11s were too short, and Eliza had never played a match until she was 8. And she didn't want to play. She said, "No, I can't do it. I'm too nervous." And so what happened?
Sophia sent me a good luck message, and that really helped me with it.
And did you play?
Yeah, I did play. We did lose, but I still felt really proud of myself.
Yeah, you should do. That's amazing. Playing the under 11s when you're only 8. That's a pretty cool thing to say. And then you say, "Oh yeah, guys, I'm only playing because Sophia Dunkley, you know, said that I could play. So, you know, I'm just the real MVP over here." And you are the real MVP on this video today. You know, we can talk about test matches, we can talk about international cricket, but actually today is all about you. And that's what I love. And that's what's so lovely about this game, you know, brings people together like that. So do you want to go up to be a cricketer, or do you just want to play for fun?
I'm not really sure yet, but you know, I might maybe soon.
What do you think, Emma? It would be quite nice to just travel around the world watching her play.
I think I'd cope. I might worry. I get very nervous watching sport when there's people I care about doing it. So I don't know if my nerves would take. I don't think I'd be as chilled out as Sophia's mum always appears on the surface.
Oh yeah, you've got to go to the Judy Murray school of watching when she's
Oh.
amazing. We could just get you a mask and just stick it on, and no one would know.
Yeah, big glasses, so it
Big
doesn't.
glasses,
dark
get
glasses,
you a mask, yeah, and then you're all set.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got an exciting day coming up tomorrow. Will you have one eye on the men's World T20 World Test Championship at the same time?
Not so much. I prefer the girls. Actually.
Yes, that's
Same
the
here.
energy we love.
So the first time that because I'd watched a lot of women's cricket, and the first time that Eliza saw men's cricket on the TV, she burst out laughing and said, "Mommy, boys don't play cricket, only girls play cricket."
I love that.
That
She
is the
thought it
quote.
was-
That is the money-making quote. Yeah.
Yeah, and I had to say, but you've got a brother, and your brother might want to play, and he needs to be afforded the opportunity to do so.
Yeah.
And she thought that was a good point.
We're all about anyone can play. It's open to all, you know, just because maybe the women are showing up the men at the moment. And so will you be going to watch any more stuff this summer? Are you going to any of the 100 or any of the games?
Yeah.
Are
yeah,
you?
actually, my mum is the team manager of it.
Oh, do tell. You know, you're allowed to be in on this as well.
Yeah. So I'll be with London Spirit.
Oh, exciting. Oh, Heather Knight. What a girl. Is that who you're supporting, Eliza? London Spirit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I managed to get her over to London Spirit for me.
Oh, exciting. Well, I think I'm going to have to be an Oval Invincible because it is the closest one to me.
Yeah.
And because I look really good in that colour. So
Fair enough.
I'm sorry, but I can't be a Trent Rocket. I can't wear yellow. I like skips, but I can't wear yellow. So yeah. Radha, who are you sporting?
I've actually gone with Oval Invincibles as well, just looking at the squad. So we've got a bit of rivalry going on there with the two London teams. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, London Derby, you know, we're taking you on, Eliza. Maybe we should do our own activities. You know, we'll have a London Spirit versus Oval Invincibles, but it could be like a crisp eating contest or something.
Yeah.
Oh, you'd probably be up for
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're going to some of the 100 stuff because Mum's in charge.
Yeah.
That'll be exciting. And then obviously we've got the Ashes coming up this Christmas. So will you be staying up at night, or is Mum going to make you just watch the highlights in the morning?
I think I might be staying up.
Yeah.
We'll see.
It's on record.
If I'm good.
If you're
If you're
good.
good. Okay.
All right.
So you've got to get all your homework done and then you'll be good. So we will let you get off to your evening because as much as we all love cricket, there is a little football match going on at some point later. And we all need to get our sleep in for a full day's watching cricket tomorrow. Fingers crossed it doesn't rain.
Yeah.
Having gone to university in Bristol, I know that it does rain quite a lot. So actually we've done quite well so far.
Yeah.
And tomorrow is your final day of supporting your pal Dunks, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we will all be cheering with you, and maybe we can check in with you at the end of the test and see what's happened.
That sound good?
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, have a lovely evening.
Thank you.
Radha and I are going to wax lyrical a little bit about what was going on today, but it's been so
Thank you.
nice to have you on.
Thank you for having us.
Definitely stay in touch. And this is what we're all about. Yeah. Boys are allowed to play too, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, keep loving the game and keep watching and keep tweeting us.
We will do. So far.
Amazing.
Bye.
Nice to meet you.
Good night.
Good night.
That was lovely.
Oh my gosh, poor babe. Oh, the shirt and everything. Yeah, okay. I'm all for that. So yeah, as mentioned, we may have had a little day of Test cricket today, Radha. Thoughts on the day? I mean, God, it's been exhausting. I mean, we're on, we were off, we were on, we were off. It rained again. We talked about the World Cup final. Sorry about that one. We've had Eccleston masterclass. We've got Shafali just doing her thing. It's been one of those days, really, hasn't it?
It's been so long. I had to go back and check what actually happened in the day because it seemed like we were batting. Sometimes it seemed like we were just collapsing, but then at other times it seemed like we were batting forever. And I think I mentioned last time that stumps couldn't come fast enough for us. In hindsight, that didn't matter because as soon as we started off, Sophie Eccleston just weaved a web around India. And a subcontinent team that should be able to play spin was outdone by spin, and a really good performance by Sophie. It was great to watch.
And that's the thing. You say they should be able to play spin, but sometimes it's just too much for anyone. Like she is world class, that girl. It's like deservedly best bowler in the world, I would say. And she just makes it look effortless, really, doesn't she? She hadn't quite found it early on, and then suddenly today it clicked, and there was not a lot they could do. It was almost like, oh, please, I don't want to face it. Just keep me at the non-strikers end. That's how I would have been feeling.
Yeah, and I've seen her play in India when she came over the T20 challenge. I actually went there for the final, and
Oh,
she's
amazing.
lovely to watch in person. And the fact that she comes over to India for a couple of exhibition games, she loves obviously a turning track, and that track really suited her. And yeah, I mean, it's worrying. I'm a little bit afraid when she comes up to bowl, and she bowled quite a lot today. So my heart was always in my mouth.
Yeah, she was great. But then we can't ignore the brilliance that is Shafali Verma as well. I know we talk about her a lot, but you can't not, because firstly, she has been in for most of the Indian innings, it seems,
Yeah.
both innings put together. But she plays with the maturity of someone who is double her age, at least, but she's free flowing. She's got that, I know what I'm doing. I'm going to take this on. It's not like she's got a reputation to boost it because she hasn't been playing long enough. She's only 17.
It is incredible. It's actually mind-boggling, and I don't even think I fully believe it up till this point, because when she started off the test, I said, don't know what I expect. Maybe she'll make a quick fire 40, 50, and I really don't know. And then she made that 96, and I said, wow, this woman has a temperament of a 29 or 30-year-old who's been playing test cricket consistently, and it's so good to see. But then I thought, maybe that's a one-off thing. Maybe the circumstances were right for her. She had a good non-striking partner who was helping her out. But in this situation, coming on after a follow-on has been enforced, and having the weight of the entire trailing runs on the scoreboard on her back and carrying the team the way she did, it's a real gem for India. And yeah, I just don't want to jinx her by saying anything too much, but yeah, it's really special.
Yeah, talking of gems, Catherine Brunt has just been a gem for the English side for so long, but I can see that even as an India supporter, as a cricket fan, you're like, yeah, some of that stuff was genius today. And she's just the gift that keeps on giving, isn't she?
I think she should get the MBE just for that delivery.
That's what I was saying. I'm starting this petition.
Yeah.
I tried it the other day. Someone sent me a thing how to nominate, and Catherine Brunt MBE. I'm in for it.
Yeah, I think one of the players I don't want to see retire ever. There are a lot of Indian players as well, but one of the overseas players I just want to see on the field. She's so competitive. She's so fiery. She's always expecting the best from herself, and that sort of uplifts her own standards and boosts the team around her as well. What a player. I'd love her on my team. I'd love that.
Oh God, I'd love her on like any team. Can you imagine going playing like crazy golf with her, or mini golf, or just like, anything, even if you're just playing like beach cricket, you'd be like, I'm having her, when they do that thing in American TV shows, which luckily we never seem to do in England because we're too nice, when, get picked first. She would be picked first every time. For every sport, just by that competitive attitude, I think. Yeah. I think it's probably quite contagious as well. But yeah, that swinging delivery was just absolute peach. It's just the kind of thing you could dine out all week on. Yes. Well, aside from me waxing lyrical again about Catherine Brunt, because we know how I feel about her, I think she's bloody marvellous. Who else impressed you today?
I think from the Indian team, Deepti Sharma was a big one. She is the only left-hander apart from Smriti Mandhana side, and it was good to see her promoted for the second innings where India came out, and I think she played 66 balls and made just maybe 18-20 runs. But to stick in and to dig deep in overcast conditions, rain stopping play again and again, whereas rain might have possibly helped India, but it was another youngster from our team, and I think she deserves a special mention as well.
Yeah, and I think that's nice. They were 29 for 1 then, but it wasn't really about the runs at that point. It was about sticking in, digging deep. You knew the weather was coming. And looking at tomorrow, do you think India will be playing for the draw then?
That seems to be the national decision, isn't it? Because we've got to, I think the forecast as of this moment says that we should have a clear day to play and 108 overs to get in. They'll probably start a little early. So tomorrow is going to be the most exhausting day as a viewer and as a player as well. And while England go for the win, I think I heard the commentator say this, if you go for the win, you are also risking a loss. And I think that's where strategy comes in. India might just say, we're going to stick here for as long as we want. But if England start really pushing us and we somehow manage to crumble, as is seen can happen, then the ball is in England's court. And it'll be really fascinating if it goes on to the third session and we see some back and forth. It could be really interesting.
Yeah, I love the back and forth. And also, I don't know if you're probably hearing stuff on stump cams and things like that again today, but there was the English girls were getting in on it today. Some of them were making me laugh. It was things like at one point they were shouting one hand, one bounce, and just like, and it's nice to hear that, and you can, I actually love having stump cams and things like that, and I can actually understand it when it's the English in the field. So things like that were great. But also, just back to Shefali quickly.
Yeah.
She's only the 4th woman ever to make 2 half centuries on her Test debut, and the last one was Jess Jonathan in 2015 against Australia. Before that, we have to go all the way back to 1998, Vanessa Bowen from Sri Lanka against Pakistan. And then all the way back to 1986, Leslie Cook against India was the first one. So Shefali is in there with some, some big names of the game. It's quite nice for her. I mean,
I think every time
she probably couldn't give 2 hoots. She's just like, I'm out and go out there, do my thing.
Every time she steps out, another record flies out of the window. And I think that's just become a trend. Yeah.
This is why we can save paper. If we don't use record books, we write it on computer and just delete Shefali, write Shefali. Yeah. No, it's nice. And I did very much, I saw a picture today. I've actually got it on my phone at the moment, but there was some, like the back and forth between her and Catherine Brunt was quite funny because, Catherine was getting quite riled up. And Shefali's just like, yeah, and what? She might as well just go up to him and be like, and? So? What you on about? There's a great picture of Catherine Brunt. I've actually got it here at the moment. You won't be able to see it or nothing, but she's literally like this.
Yeah, I saw that.
Which is the kind of thing you would see in the playground, when when someone's beating you at skipping or something like that. You're just like, oh, well, you smell, You feel like it's that kind of banter going on now because they're just like, oh my God, this girl is just so good and she's going to be around forever. Some of them, Catherine Brunt could be a granny by the time Shefali Verma retires.
It is, and for Shefali to stand up to that and say that, so what, I'm here and I'm going to keep hitting you around the park unless you bowl your line in length, shows the kind of character that she is. 17-year-old, it boggles my mind. I don't believe it. I almost don't believe it. I won't believe it until the Test match is over, but it's been quite a ride for her.
Yeah, no, it's, as Test matches go though, I think it has been just what the game needed. Like we've kind of had a bit of everything really, haven't we? We've had some batting masterclasses, we've had some absolute bowling excellence, and then we've had moments when you think, oh, this is, just Test match, nothing's happening, it's the slow part of the Test match, and then suddenly 5 wickets fall for 16 runs. And then last night we had what was called the Heather Knight happy hour, and she sort of kicked it all off with her 2 wickets, like casually, I'm going to come in with my golden arm. Captain stepping up as always, she seems to, having already done it with the bat. And then you had rain, we've had this, we've had that, we've had it all. And this is just, to me, the cementing of the fact that we need more women's Test matches.
Spot on. And I was kind of happy in a little bit of a way that the India men's first session or first day was washed out, just because all that viewership was driven to the women's
it was so great, wasn't it? Because that annoyed me, that it was scheduled for the same days.
Ridiculous.
In the same country. I was actually meant to be at the Ageas Bowl today, and we made the executive decision not to go. And I was like, thank God, I didn't want to go sit in the rain and drink overpriced pints when I could sit in London and drink overpriced pints, having not travelled to Southampton. So yeah, I was kind of annoyed at that scheduling. But then when it was rained out there and the women's proved such a good game instead, and they showed it on everything, I was like, yeah, cool. This is what I'm here for all day.
Perfect. And I think you were spot on that this had everything Test match needs to have. It had good batting, good bowling, good fielding, and most importantly, a final day that is still unpredictable. And
That's
still
so exciting.
On the edge.
Yeah, and like, yes, it's only 4 days, the Test match, but tomorrow is not just going to be like a going through the motions. So much can happen, and that's what's mega, and I love it. Also, funny, I saw during the rain delay, the England girls were playing Mario Kart or something, and I was like, you know what? That is how to do a rain delay.
Yep.
I'll take that, yeah. So, yeah, what are your predictions before we round off? And then we'll have our final day tomorrow.
Yeah, well, it's hard to predict because India were doing really well with the bat towards the end. And I expect that with all the stoppages, we were still able to keep that momentum going. So I'm assuming with the day's rest and with a fresh mind, we could continue that in the morning. I'm hoping that Sophie doesn't do what she did today. So my prediction would be at least to cover up the trail that we have. Maybe, again, then it depends. If we're playing for a draw, we're just going to stick in there and, make 1 run in an hour if we have to. But if we are playing for a little more excitement and playing for a potential win and risking a loss at the same time, we might see some big shots, some entertaining cricket for maybe 30-40 minutes. And then we'll have England back in trying to chase whatever little India has made. So I'm hoping for that, just for entertainment factor. But I do see India just sticking in there for however long we can.
Also, I just love a follow-on. So underrated. You know, it's like, oh, men's game, you hardly ever see them enforce the follow-on. Women are like, we've got one test match. In it goes, chuck it in. Why not? Throw that one in the pot, see what we can do. But yeah, you're saying maybe stick out for one run an hour. Not sure it's quite Shafali's way to do it, one run an hour, but maybe she'll be like, you know what, I'm going to do this one that way. But I think just leave her to play her natural game. And if the rest of the team sort of bat around that,
exactly,
that's kind of the way to do it. And yeah, the England bowlers just got to come out in the morning, do what they did this morning, you know, take wicket with the first ball casually. Sophie Eccleston, you know, once she's got her L'Oreal contract.
Yeah.
It's going to be a mega day. And, you know, let's just hope the rain stays away. And, you know, maybe hope the rain stays in Southampton so we can all keep focused on this.
Sounds good. Sounds like a plan.
Well, I hope everyone has enjoyed mine and Radha's ramblings again. And tomorrow, maybe some of the others will tune in. Oh my gosh, we just got to say though, Eliza, what a gem. Yeah? We're just going to round off with that. Dunks, see what you've done for Eliza. She is going to be around forever. We'll have her back on. Maybe we'll manage to get the two of you in together. This is my call. Sophia, whichever. Was it Sophia? Sophia Dunkley and Eliza. We're going to get you in on these together, and it's just so heartwarming. And that's what we like to see. That's what it's all about, really. Yes, winning, losing. We love to win, but it's about boosting the game. And that seems to be what's happening. And that's exactly what we need.
It is. It's very, very good to see. And I hope that this aspect of women's sports or women's cricket never goes away. How much ever fame, money, anything, sponsors coming into the women's game, this aspect should stay. The connectability or the accessibility to the fans and to the players themselves. That's a special part.
Exactly. And even when they introduce a women's IPL, fame won't get to their heads. And I love it. And yeah, the accessibility is just what I'm here for. And basically, I need to shut up now because otherwise I'll just keep saying, I love it. And everyone's going to be bored of me. So yeah, this is fab. So Women's Cricket Chat in conjunction with She Talks Ball, Radha. We love it. That's what I'm just going to say. And obviously, our guest appearance was amazing. And we'll see you all tomorrow. And we will have a conclusion of the game. Thanks, team. Cool.